Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time now for our favorite segment, Design Time. We are here at Tri-City Furniture in Auburn with Kathy Kilborn. Good to see you, Kathy.
Good to see you.
We are talking about, we're in fall now. The days are getting shorter, it's getting darker. So we need to know, how can we keep our homes with a lot of light coming in? So
Yes.
we're talking about some pointers for lamps today.
Yes, lamps, they're so important when we get into our shorter
Yes.
days. We're getting home and it's just so
Yes.
dim that we really need to turn on the lamps, whereas summer, we've kept our lights off maybe until 10 o'clock because it's been bright outside. So lamps are really important in a room, and we want to make sure that we have the right amount of light as well as the correct light coming into the space where we're sitting.
Do lamp shades make a difference?
Yes.
Okay.
In the old days, we used to have really tall lamps and really tall shades, and they were what we called a drum shade, a very straight, tall shade. So what happened was it kept the light in, and light basically came out at the top or at the bottom. The height of the lamp is not near as important as where the light comes out. So by you, we actually have a taller lamp, which would be better for someone who's taller. And I have people come in, I want a really tall lamp.
Yes.
But if the light comes out too high, it will actually get into our eyes and cause eye strain.
Oh, wow.
And so we want to make sure that what we're sitting on and where the light comes out is correct. And that's going to vary by the height of the person.
Okay. Well, are all lamps, there are 3 ways?
No, the lights today, because we're using LED bulbs, different kinds of bulbs. Many of these lamps are just in on and off. Now, I was going to show this one. It's a floor lamp, and I call it my up-down because it has a light at the top so I can light the space, but it also has the down, and this is on a dimmer, but I have it way up, but for me, I would actually pull it down so that it doesn't glare into my eyes, but yet puts the light right where I need it for reading or for whatever I'm working on. So we want spatial light, but we also want to make sure that it's just like when we're outside in the bright sun, it's hard on our eyes.
Yes.
We put sunglasses on, but when we're in the house, we don't think about all that brightness, and we want to make sure we put it where we need it.
Okay. Now, you know what? I have to ask you, can you ever have too many lamps in one room?
No, not really. Lights are going to put lighting into an area about 3 to 4 feet in both directions.
Okay.
So a lot of people say, my room is so dark. And then I say, how many lamps do you have? Well, I have ceiling light. Well, that makes it feel like a doctor's office. It doesn't put focus light. So you want to make sure you have lamps wherever you sit, because that's typically what you're going to want. So if your room is large, it's not unusual to have 5 or 6 lamps. If your room is small, you may only have 3 to 4. But if you only have 1, you're going to have a lot of dark space.
A lot of great tips. So
yeah, lamps are one of those things people should buy more of than less of. And they're pretty reasonable today. There are some variables in the electrical because, again, a lot of lamps are imported. A lot of shades are different, the darker shades or the lighter shades. But you want to make sure on the height. I was at a home yesterday and the lamps were this tall. I mean, it's not going to give you any light. It's going to light right there, but as far as light in the room, it was really useless.
Wow. So all we need to know about lamps. I love it. Thank you for inviting us in your store today.
If you have questions, come and take a look.
Okay. Come on and head over to Tri-City Furniture in Auburn and ask your questions, and you'll get some answers from Kathy Kilborn. Thank you for joining us, Kathy. And thank you for watching this edition of Design Time.